try and relax. I'm gonna stick you now. Tell me when you're ready. Hold on a second. First. Alright, so I posted the video where I got the vaccine yesterday, and a lot of people were saying that I should do a video about it and how I felt afterwards, and I got a lot of questions and so forth. So I'm just gonna do a very short video about what to expect and how it affected me, or the side effects that I got from the vaccine. Alright guys, so what to expect to the vaccine, right? Now when you go, you get a form to fill out. The form asks you if you have any symptoms, you know, your address, next of kin, all of that. Then after that you sit, you wait, and then they bring you in, you get the shot. After getting the shot, you wait 15 minutes before you can leave, just to see if there is any form of reaction, right? Allergic reaction to the vaccine, right? The place is gonna have an emergency area as well, again, for things like that. You need to go, there's a pamphlet, right? This is the pamphlet that you get, right? I'm just gonna read some of it here. It explains how it is given. You get it into the muscle in the upper arm. You need at least 2 injections. Now initially I thought that you're gonna get 1 injection now and then another in 4 weeks. However, for the Astrazeneca, it's in 8 to 12 weeks that you get the second shot. So here, well, at least at Cornwall, where I'm gonna get my next shot in 10 weeks time, right? They have a list of possible side effects, right? I'm going to read them out. Swelling, tenderness, pain, warmth, itching, bruising where the injection is given, feeling tired or fatigue, generally feeling unwell, chills, feeling feverish, headache, feeling sick, feeling nauseous, joint pain or muscle ache, vomiting or diarrhea. And those are the common side effects that happens in 1 in 10 people. Now, other side effects that occur in 1 in 100 persons: sleepiness and feeling dizzy, decreased appetite, enlarged lymph nodes, excessive sweating, itching, itchy skin or rash, right? It further goes on to say whether or not you can take the vaccine if you're pregnant. Preliminary findings show no indication of harm to the development of the fetus, right? If you are a health worker at risk of exposure or have comorbidities that place you in a high-risk group for severe COVID-19, it is recommended that you take the vaccine. So if there's anybody out there that's concerned about them might being pregnant or not and want to get the vaccine, this is your answer. You can. Can you breastfeed if you take the COVID-19 Astrazeneca? And it says breastfeeding offers substantial health benefits to a lactating woman and their breastfed child, and the WHO recommends to continue breastfeeding after vaccination. When you must seek medical help, right? You should seek medical attention after they get in the vaccine. If you feel faint or lightheaded, if there are changes in your heartbeat, like your heart start beating fast, so you're getting palpitations, if you develop shortness of breath, if you start to wheeze, if there's swelling of your lips, face or throat, if you have any hives or rash, if there's nausea or vomiting, or if you develop stomach pain, right? And you know, this pamphlet, it has a good amount of information. That 400 and odd million that they wanted to spend on advertisement, I'm glad they didn't, because if that was this, or even the 69 million, I mean, that's a lot of millions for some pamphlets and some poster. But it gives you a good amount of information. Now, how did I feel after taking the vaccine? Immediately after taking the vaccine, there's nothing. There's no, you know, you feel good. You're just like, you know, 4 hours after taking the vaccine, you're good. You know, you're all right. It wasn't, I got mine at 12 yesterday in the afternoon, or a little bit before that. No, it wasn't until in the night, right? It was in the night when I started having some of the symptoms, right? I sit down, I was watching TV and then I just start feel tired and I just say, you know, I'm gonna go to my bed. Now this was 10 o'clock. So I went to my bed and then further later on in the night, my body just start get warm. Like warm. You know, they said that's one of the side effects, you know. They say warmth. Right? Warmth or feeling feverish. I mean, I tell you, say, yo, I was hot. I was so hot, like my body was very, 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 very warm. Now, outside of that and the fatigue, I didn't really have any other symptoms. I didn't have any headache, thank God. No muscle pain, no muscle ache or anything like that, thank God. Now, I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there about, oh, it's a chip and, you know, this is a ploy to say that you can't move forward without showing your vaccine passport, or that video where they must show us say it's to it's to sterilize people and this and that and all sort of things people are gonna say. I just say observe a Jamaica post where in some places that got the Astrazeneca, they got blood clots. You know, at the end of the day, it's your choice. If you want to take it, you take it. If you don't want to take it, you don't take it. If you're going to sit and wait on the Johnson & Johnson one, you sit and wait. The Pfizer one, will that ever reach Jamaica? I'm not saying no, but it's not reaching anytime soon. It requires a freezer that I don't think we have down here to store that vaccine properly, right? When that vaccine, when the Pfizer or the Moderna get here, I know it's going to be a pretty penny to get that vaccine, right? So I do recommend people getting it. Again, me not tell nobody say they must run go get it, right? Me not force nobody if you go get it. Me not run nobody down with no needle, right? But, or if you want to wait a little to see how everybody else respond. Some people, like I said, some people get the headache, some people get the fatigue, some people get muscle aches and them something. I don't see nobody saying them having diarrhea or vomiting or anything like that. One of the main things for the vaccine for me, or the side effect so to speak, is the pain in my upper arm where I got the shot. And anytime I get any form of vaccine, that always happen a couple hours later, or even the day after, especially the day after. So the flu shot, whatever shot, there's always some pain in my upper arm following the vaccine. What I do recommend, which is something that I didn't do, is take some cetamol. Take some cetamol or Panadol, Pain-X, whatever it is. Take some before you go and get the vaccine, or take some at least 6 hours after the vaccine, because the symptoms tend to kick in like 10 to 12 hours after you get the shot, right? If you know you won't be working on the weekends, then you can go and get the shot on Friday. You know, just little stuff like that, you know. Take the shot, go home, chill, find a nice show or a nice movie to watch and whatever. Have the Panadol at the bedside and just take some Panadol, which is something I never did, because I'm telling you, the fever did reach me in the night. It really did. But like I said, that was just in the night. Right now, I don't have a fever. I'm not warm anymore. I'm not really tired anymore. It's just a pain in the upper arm for me right now. So yeah, that's just my take on it. That's just my take. I do think you guys should go and get the vaccine. Oh, also, where you can get the vaccine, I'm gonna put up a little flyer that shows the different areas. But here in Montego Bay, Cornwall Regional, as well as Ketrinal Health Center, as well as Type 5 Health Center, those are the only 3 places I know of that's distributing the vaccine. And apparently it's not every parish, to be very honest. I just realized that, because for the Western Regional Health Authority, the vaccine is not available, is not being distributed in Falmouth. So you just have to find the different areas that it's being given. Oh, and if you're going to take the vaccine, let me know how it goes for you, or let me know why you're against taking the vaccine, right? Right, so there's Astrazeneca, which is the one that is here in Jamaica. There is Pfizer, Moderna. There is Johnson & Johnson, just came out with their one that's approved. There is Gamma Layer, something like that, and Sinovac. Now, Most of these vaccine requires 2 shots, right? Except Johnson & Johnson, which is a 1-shot vaccine. The Astrazeneca is 2 shots, like I mentioned before, and you take 1 shot now, and the other shot should be in 8 to 12 weeks. Here we're doing it in 10 weeks. So in 10 weeks time, I'm going to get the next shot. Now, Pfizer is 3 weeks, Moderna is 4 weeks, Sinovac, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, is 2 weeks, and then Gamala is 3 weeks. So majority of the other vaccines, the interval between the second shot is 2 to 4 weeks, but for AstraZeneca it's 10 weeks, right? Now, the efficacy, AstraZeneca is 62 to 93%, Johnson & Johnson is around 60%, Moderna and Pfizer is 93 to 95%, Sinovac, again I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, is 72%, and Gamala, the other one, I think is 83%, right? No. Alright, one more thing guys, getting this vaccine doesn't mean that you don't have to wear a mask, right? We're going to continue to wear a mask. You're not fully immunized until like a month after you've gotten your second shot, right? So if you got the vaccine, especially if you get 1 shot alone, still wear the mask, still social distance, you know, and even outside of COVID, we should always be washing our hands and sanitizing our hands and all of that stuff. All right? So if you got the vaccine, right, or if you're wondering, oh, when I get the vaccine, that means I'm gonna have to wear a mask. No, we're still wearing our mask at least until we get our second shot.